Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all already know the drill. We are in the building, Las Vegas. I know y'all didn't expect this right here.
Yes, sir.
Y'all didn't expect this, did y'all? Y'all know the drill. Drop your name, where you chiming in from. Let us know what's good.
Let's get this work.
We are out in rainy Las Vegas today. It's not even hot. People think it's hot all year round in Las Vegas. No, we're in the desert. It gets pretty chilly out here. So y'all already know. Let us know what city you chiming in from. Let us know your name. We about to get started here shortly. Zandra, what's going on? Ernesto out in Florida, what's going on? Where y'all chiming in from? Who is your guest? Katina said. Katina, just strap in. Get your seatbelts ready. We got a legend in the building, y'all. Let me see. We got Arizona in the building. California. What up, Tyrone? Let me see. Milwaukee. Milwaukee's always in the house. Ohio. Victorville. Never been through there. It's rainy in LA too. I need the sun to come out in LA. I'm gonna be out there soon. Jimmy from Vegas. What up, Jimmy? What up, Jimmy? So if you're just tuning in, welcome. Y'all keep shouting out where you're chiming in from. And y'all already know I'm Will Roundtree. And if you don't know, I'm sitting here with a legend. Look, let me tell y'all. So I remember we did. For those who don't know, I started off doing what we call corner classes. This is before social media was as big as it is. Okay, and so we were traveling the country, and I'm out in Houston, Texas, on the corner with a whiteboard breaking down the 5 components that make up credit. What is a secured credit card? Like all of the stuff people don't talk about now. Now, half the stuff people give y'all in the credit space, in the funding space, it's cute, but it may not be effective. And I remember someone coming up to me. He was like, Hap, Hap, what up, Will? Look, man, I love what you're doing. And I'm going to see myself exactly where you are one day. And if anybody know me, look, I show everybody love. And, you know, a couple years later, I pop up. I look on the internet and I'm like, oh, he wasn't playing. YouTube popping, social media. Look, he was one of the first ones to start rocking the jewelry and really showing people how to build a brand in this space. And so I want to give it up for my good friend, my brother. Y'all know him as CJU, Mr. Christopher Joseph, all the way out here from Miami. He left the beach to come out and here and hang out with your boy. What's going on, CJ?
Hey, man. Hey, you already know. You already know. It's a pleasure. It's an honor, you know what I'm saying, to be here, man, and just see everything come full circle like what you just mentioned briefly, and I know we finna get into it. I mean, shout out to everybody that's on the live right
Need
now, on
some
the
more
stream
room?
right now for sure. Shout out to all y'all in the building. And yeah, man, I'm happy to be here because this is long overdue.
Man,
This is
definitely.
definitely long overdue for us to, not only share these credit gems that we got for the people and really help them, but also the most important thing that we was even talking about off camera, sharing that story. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Because if we don't share that story, you know what I'm saying, we really hurting ourselves as far as the glory, because that's
Definitely.
where it really come from. And I think when we share that with the people, how you really put me in this game and
Mm.
how I was able to change my life with this information that you gave me, and I was able to change the lives of so many other people. This is what they need
No, I
right here.
agree. I agree, man. And so when we were actually hanging out last night, you said something that really stuck with me, and it actually kept me up all night. You said, "Will, you're a part of history,"
Yeah.
and I didn't even think about it that way because I've just been in my tunnel, just digging and really just focused on what I've been doing for so many years because people really don't know. Like I've been doing this since 2007. You know, I posted today even on my Instagram. Shout out to Instagram. My FICO certification. Like FICO, you can't even go there and get that. That means like I got certified via FICO to talk and help people about credit back in 2011. And so, but now as we look up, like we see so many people who's benefited in this credit space. And I think, you know, as you mentioned, they don't really understand how they were able to get their start in this space because of, you know, us two being pioneers and really engineering. And really, we created a whole new lane.
100%.
Like we created a whole new lane for people to get money to feed their families and all of those things. And like you said, man, I didn't even think about it that way. So I appreciate you really even tailoring it for me to have that viewpoint.
Man, and that's why, you know, when we was kicking, that's why we be hanging out. I be talking your head off like that because I be want you to really like catch everything that I'm feeling from my emotions and my spirit for everything you done for me and my people, and I be trying to give it to you as quickly as possible as I can because it's real, and I really had to sit back and I say when I was talking to my team, I said, man, I've been in this credit game for going on 8 years now.
Wow.
You know?
People don't last 5.
No. Months.
Right, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I realized how long I've been in the game and the impact that I continue to have. I always, you know, come back to the source and be like, well, if I've been doing it for 8 years, how long is, you know, my mentor been doing it? And I just was like, wow, this is huge. This is huge. This isn't like just about marketing and branding and sales and making money. This is actually history.
Right.
Because I had to realize like who was doing this before us. And I started to look at that because I started to track how many new people came. So as the new people coming into the credit game, I was like, well, let me go back to beforehand. And I was like, well, it just wasn't that many. And so I'm like, you know, I'm not sure Will really has had time to sit back and take a step back and realize like, hey, I not only just gave some information, I actually created and built an actual industry for our people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's why I was saying like, this is actually history in the making. So everybody, and this is why I was telling you like, I want to document this more. We need to talk about this more. Social media is big as what it is with streaming and platforms because what you've done for our people needs to be documented so much because this story is finna get told really, really big in the next 10 to 20 years of all the new people that's finna benefit off this. So if we don't start documenting this now, it'll kind of get lost as to like now if you try to go grab some stuff from 2007 or, you know, 2010, it's kind of a little hard to find it. But it's like, that's why today we need to document everything. It all and we need to really put it out there so all the new people that's coming in can be like, you know what? I'm learning information from Will. I'm learning this credit game, but I want your audience to recognize like I'm actually a part of history as well.
Man, and you know, I didn't even think about it like that as we were talking. And then even when I asked you a question, I said, man, how many people, or even if, you know, because I don't know everybody, because, you know, I just keep my head down. Could you even name some of the people who you know that came through and that are recognized that came through this tree?
Yeah, you know, some of the ones we talked about is for sure Justin. You know what I'm saying? Because you said like ones that came through us that got successful.
Yeah.
Like so my good friend, we became friends in college, Justin, and he was one of the guys that he seen me making a YouTube video, and my YouTube videos were just simply mirroring the style you taught.
Right.
The whiteboard.
I
know
remember.
What I'm saying? So getting on the whiteboard and just educating, teaching, and giving that information, it was exactly how you gave it to me. And so him as a college mate of mine was a football coach, and he was just like, hey man, this stuff that you're doing is like groundbreaking information. Can you help me out? Long story short, I helped him out, got his credit right, he got funding. He started his credit funding business. Boom, he made his first 6 figures. Then boom, he made his first 7 figures.
Wow.
And I was just like, dang, I was able to make that impact on him the same way you was able to make that with me. Then the next one, we talk about Hood Rich Credit,
Right.
who's blowing up on YouTube. He's in the younger generation, and he's really out there doing the best he can to help and educate all the 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. And I helped him with his credit when he was 18 years old.
Wow.
He was 18, and it started because I helped his mom credit. And so he was a young student as we were helping her. He was interpreting stuff to her, and then he was just a student. And I could just watch him. Same thing with Justin. They're very similar. That's why they so successful and made their first $1 million from learning from me and the information you taught me. Cause they had that same spark in their eye
Right.
I had when you seen me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
I
remember.
could see it. And when I was giving them the credit game, they were so focused, they were so serious. They took their notes and they implemented everything I taught them step by step.
Right. And they didn't skip the steps.
They didn't skip.
And that's the important part, man, and that they didn't skip the steps. So let me ask you this question, CJ. And I know we got people trickling in, trickling off, but we're gonna tell this story.
Mm-hmm.
Can you still make money in this space? I know the answer. I know you know the answer. But I want people out there to understand that we haven't even scratched the surface of the surface.
Mm-mm. That's a great question, because you absolutely can make money in this industry, and I'm talking about in the millions.
Easy.
In
I
the
haven't had a year under 7 figures in over 7 years.
In the millions. That's why your people who are watching right now, it is that serious.
Right.
Especially when they tap it in with you like that, because you holding those type of keys to really make millionaires. I'm one of them. You know, I really took that information from you and became a 7-figure earner. And that was back, I started learning from you in 2017.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Before the pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. Before the pandemic.
You know what I'm saying? Before the pandemic. I've been had my cheese. I made my first 6-figure in 2018. You know what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. In 2025, a lot of people listening might say, well, I see all these other people doing credit, and credit seems saturated, and it look like there's a lot of people doing it, like we talked about. No,
right.
You're just searching credit or not. So the algorithm is just showing you people in that industry.
Oh, yeah.
And so it looks like it's a lot of people doing credit, but it's actually not.
It's not even close.
You got people who are nurses, right? So on their algorithm, they're seeing a bunch of stuff about hospitals, nurses, doctors, dentists. Their algorithm has nothing to do with credit. So whatever your algorithm is showing you, it just look like that's what's really happening.
Right.
But that's not really the reality of the whole situation. And so it's definitely not saturated. Like you said, we just scratching the surface on this credit information. So people who want to join mentorships and learn how to do it and help other people, this is the perfect time to do it.
Right.
And here's another reason why you can make a ton of money helping educate people with either credit press service or funding services, is because when we talk about making money, making sales, what you're doing is you're solving a problem.
Period. That everybody deals with.
And this is a problem that's in the millions of people. So if you want to get in this industry, I want you to think about two things. Okay, if I learn this information, is this some information that I can use to solve a lot of people's problems? Yes. That's number one. And then number two, okay, how many people need this problem solved? So one, it solves a big problem. Two, millions of people need this help. That's a great business model.
Yeah, 1,000%. And then let's take it a step above that. When we talk about the funding, every business needs money.
That's what 10x the whole thing now.
I mean, last year, 5.1 million people started a business.
Mm-hmm.
5.1. That's like 400-something thousand businesses per month. They got started. How many of them you think need money today? Every single one of them, because you can't run without. And that's one of the things that I think hurts our community, particularly, is because so many people are trying to run a business and don't think that they need money, or they don't want to spend the money to get the money. It's going to cost you money to get the money. Whether you go open up a laundromat, start a franchise, open a McDonald's, and that's what I'm talking about. That there's such an opportunity and
Mm-hmm.
such a gaping hole, because going back to your point about people thinking saturated, how many people do you think the average person follows on social media?
Yeah.
Through
And let me
two,
keep
three
it.
thousand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's their viewpoint of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Most people's viewpoint of the world is 3,000 people.
Yeah.
Man,
If they actually seeing all them on the
if they actually
algorithm,
seeing them, they
you know what I'm
probably see
saying?
20%.
So what people like we say, what people not realizing is this is still a blue ocean. And that's why when we think about it, you just ahead. You was years ahead.
Mm.
You was years ahead. So when you've been in the industry for so long, you kind of think that, well, maybe, you know, maybe I can give it some time to not be in it, or maybe give it some time to grow. More people get. No. You was years early, and it's just starting right here
Right.
in 2025. So let me go ahead and ask you a question. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see who I'm out here with, man. I'm with my coach, my mentor, man. So look, let me go ahead and ask you a question, because you touched on it earlier. So what year did you start in the credit game? Like understanding credit, getting your credit together, and
Right.
then kind of going to where, okay, now I can start helping people. What year was that?
Man, so I actually started in 2007. And this is how I actually got started. So I moved to Las Vegas in 2005 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Shout out to Milwaukee, hometown 414.
Yeah.
And so before I moved to Vegas, I remember I had met this real estate investor who said, Will, learn credit inside out. It's credit will become the new dollar. I didn't even know what he meant by that at the time. And so when I moved out here, I found out couldn't rent an apartment, couldn't buy a car. Like life is hard when you got bad credit. So started, seeing the adverse impact to having bad credit. And so from there, I started to learn everything I could about credit in '05. I remember going to the internet cafes and researching and reading books and doing everything I could think about understanding credit. And then I remember one time I went to a car dealership to buy a car, and I got denied, obviously. And reluctantly, I asked him, I said, can I get a copy of my credit report? And so he gave it to me, and I went on there and I saw all of these things that I had on there. Even though I knew I didn't pay people back, I didn't know how bad my credit was.
Yeah.
And interestingly, on my webinar I did yesterday, I actually showed an old credit report where I had a 586 credit score, from a charge off to I had a repossession, I had a judgment. Like I posted all the time. And so from there, I started learning about credit. And then ironically, and this wasn't consciously, I started working at a law firm that did credit repair. And I remember we used to offer credit repair to people who were calling in to get a credit card, like one of those fifth chance credit cards. The company not even around no more.
Yeah.
And so when they got denied, they would transfer it over. So they were buying the leads from that company, and we were trying to sell them credit repair. And when I saw how simple the process was, I'm like, what? They just sent in a letter? It blew me away. I was like, you know what? I can do this. And so I ended up, separating from the company. And then I started dabbling in credit a little bit, didn't really know much about it. And I needed another job. And here's another interesting thing. I actually, and again, this was not conscious, I actually ended up working at a collection agency.
Word.
Yeah.
You was on the other side.
I was on the other side, man. So I started working at a collection agency. And here's what I learned about collection agents. They work on commission. And so if you want your collection agent to, take the pay for deletion, or you want to work out, you want to catch them at the end of the month, because they don't make a lot of money. And the only way they make money is they collect, because debt buyers who buy the debt, they make their money back by having people to pay that debt, and they use scare tactics and all of that stuff. And so as I'm going through this journey, not knowing where it was going to lead me, I remember in 2007, I ended up starting a company called New Beginnings Credit Repair, NU Beginnings Credit Repair. And so I started, no, I actually started with a partner of mine. And so I was more just like the research junkie. I went out, researched the credit. He would be the face and the marketing. Keep in mind, nothing was around but MySpace in
Early in the
2008.
game.
Like it was no Instagram, no Facebook, none of that stuff. And so as we're doing the credit repair, he fell off because business wasn't coming in fast enough. I still had my 9 to 5. And so I remember a realtor who we were working with came to me because we had like 2 or 3 files of her clients we were working on. And she was like, Will, what's going on with such and such file, and I'm like, oh, let me go holler at what so and so, my partner at the time. And that's when I found out he quit the game. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and step in. And so as I was doing that, a light bulb went off. And I was like, hold on, realtors need clients with good credit. I'm going to go out there and go talk to every single realtor and say, hey, what do you do with your clients who you're turning down? I'm going to keep a pipeline of clients coming to you. And that's literally how I started and grew my business, on just the ground level with partnering with realtors because realtors know nothing about credit. So then
That's
from
crazy.
there, I went to car dealerships. I said, what do you do with all of your turn downs? Oh, we don't do nothing. All right, perfect. Send them to me. I'm going to get them right, send them back to you so you can sell the car to them. So that's how I built my credit repair business, man. So it started in 2007.
Wow. How many times have you told that story?
Probably 5.
See what I'm saying?
Probably
I'm telling
5
y'all,
times,
hey,
man.
I'm gonna get them to bring out. I'm gonna get them to bring out the stories because that's very impactful. Because it's like what I say is when you're doing it at that time, 2007, those times, like you don't have all the information available
Nah,
today. You don't have people in streaming like this
nah.
and going IG live like this and shooting content like this. So you know what I'm saying. You being able to do it at that time it just shows your worth ethic to still be here in 2025.
Right.
And that's why it's like it's no excuses for anybody today.
Man, none. Because it's too easy now. Like I couldn't even make like how even now if somebody was running a business and they needed money for marketing and ad, they can go drive Uber, post. I couldn't. I didn't. I had nothing to make money outside of going to get a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's these side hustles that can definitely get it done. So man, you got to go with the realtors and like I want to talk about that when people who want to tap in and they want to get in their credit repair game or they want to get off in the funny game. That strategy you use working with realtors and also working with people in the auto dealership, can that strategy still be used today?
Man, 1,000%. I think there's still an untapped market because realtors don't know a lot about credit. And so here's the thing that I learned. Credit impacts every aspect of everybody's life. We've just been conditioned to think that credit is to go buy a car, buy a house, and get credit card. No, there's somebody who can't get their dream job right now because their credit messed up. There's somebody who their auto insurance rates is sky high because they have bad credit. There's somebody right now who has to live in a bad zip code where their kids can't go to school in a good school zone because their credit is bad. So it's so untapped because people aren't educated to even understand that credit is just a tool. It's the byproduct of what it is that they want to accomplish in life. And then, as I often say, man, your credit score is your winning lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Man, credit's taking me all around the world. Why wouldn't I want to participate in something that everybody has to participate in? They got to get their credit ran.
That's key. You said that everybody participate in because this is what I'm telling people. Like people that's listening in and want to tap in, that's curious. If you in America and you got a social security number, that alone puts you at a level of privilege that people across the world do not have.
They don't. They don't.
And it's a shame that we are here in America. We do have these social security numbers, and we're not taking advantage of this system. And this is why I truly believe, even for myself, my marketing, when I be like, I don't feel like making no videos about credit. I
I'll
don't
be
feel
the
like talking
same way,
about credit.
man.
I don't feel like Bro, I've been talking about this shit for years. Do I
Man.
still want to say the same repetitive stuff? And that's when it hit me. We hung out last night about the history. That's when it hit me. Like, I don't think, because it's still so new and it's still so, like, sometimes unbelievable how you was the pioneer. It still sometimes feels unbelievable, right?
It really do, man.
And it's so real that you made millionaires and all that stuff off this information. But that's when it hit me. You must tell this story as many times as you can until the day you die.
You did say that yesterday.
Because of the history, it needs to be taught. It needs to be like repeated so much to where it don't matter who heard it before.
Right.
They need to, one, hear it again. Two, there's so many people who never heard it. So the more time you keep repeating these stories of the beginning and the successes and the information, it's just gonna continue, not only just, grow your brand, your business, and everything that we know that's gonna happen regardless.
Right.
But it's the impact that's gonna come from you consistently telling this information, because you gotta think about it. You started at that time. All the new people ready to grow their businesses, so they just gonna know from what they learn from right now.
Right.
And these people cannot give the insight that you can give because you did it years before the pandemic. So even that strategy you just talking about that you did, going into the realtors and the people in the auditors, people don't know that's a strategy today to use.
They can do that today.
So think about somebody that signed up with you. Hey, I wanna learn how
Credit.
to start a credit repair company in front of him. And they like, well, I learned everything from you around you, but I'm not getting no leads or nothing like that. They don't even know they can implement that right now.
No money. It costs you nothing
To go to a real estate event and tell them what you know and link up with them and run that right now to
Man,
get leads.
I'll tell them one thing they can do right now. So if you're in the credit industry and you're brand new, and I'm talking to each camera, or you want to get in the credit industry, let me tell you something you can do next week, and I promise you will get some clients. Go connect with a realtor and host a home buying workshop every single week.
Wait, say that one more time.
Go get with a realtor and host a home buying workshop every single week.
A home buying workshop.
Absolutely.
Break that down. What that looks like. What would that workshop look like?
So you're going to create a flyer, post online, and you're going to say, hey, we're doing a first-time home buyer workshop.
Got you.
Everybody has the aspirations of what? Purchasing their first home or a home. Most of them are probably not going to qualify. So you're going to go and you're going to have the realtors talk about the mechanics of buying the home. You're going to have a lender there who can run their credit. And you are the credit expert. You're going to go up there and talk about the data points needed to qualify for a home. Hey guys, here are the 5 steps you need to qualify for your first home. Make sure you got your utilization down. No collection, like doing all of that. And because guess what's going to happen? Everybody in there who doesn't qualify, the first thing they're going to say is I need to fix my credit. Guess who's going to be the person that's going to be there to fix their credit? You got instant credibility because the realtor that they already respect is like, oh, go with CJ. You're going to get leads every single week.
You think if somebody took that strategy serious enough and got proven results and helped these realtors close more deals, they can almost work their way up into a partnership with like a real estate brokerage company? Like,
absolutely. They used to bring me into these brokerage meetings all the time because nobody in those rooms knew anything about credit. So they would bring me in. I was even coming in their CE meeting, their CE trainings, which stands for continual education. So every so often, realtors have to go through continual education. They would have me to come in and speak to the realtors about the basics of credit. So, but the realtors didn't want to have anything to do with credit. So when they had a client who had a credit issue, guess who they called? They called me. And all of the clients who needed credit wasn't credit issues. They may be like, I have a client who needs 10-point Do you have an authorized user? Absolutely. So now I'm selling them an authorized user for $500. I ain't even had to touch the file. Oh, this client just got to do this. Oh, okay. This client just needs some old addresses removed. This client, whatever the case may be. This client has a ghost file. So now we're adding the back in the day, the My Jewelers Club, the New Coast Direct, and then I would sell them a trade line. So now they got two primaries, an authorized user. Now they have a 700 score. They qualify just like that. I'm the hero. The realtor is happy because they're going to get a commission. So guess what they're going to do? Now they're going to start sending their friends who need credit repair. Has nothing to do with buying the house.
Now, okay, y'all see he getting in his bag. He finna get in his bag. He finna tell y'all some sauce. I got another good one.
They ain't gonna hear this one everywhere.
So check this out. If somebody ran that plan you just said right now, right, they can build it up, and then now what we didn't really drive in on back in the day was the Instagram posting. Which they have today.
They have today.
When you was doing this,
it wasn't no Instagram.
It wasn't no Instagram.
It wasn't even Facebook.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't even no Facebook when I was doing
Real
this.
talk. So somebody used this strategy you just broke down. Because I'm thinking about it myself. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, so I do this. What he just said, I link up with these realtors, I link up with the lenders. And then the same way the realtor shows when they purchase the home, like they might have that key or something like they purchased the home. I'm like, man, like right after you done taking a photo with the realtor, can you come take a picture of me?
Yeah.
And be like, give me a little shout out and say, hey, I tapped in with CJ and he'll fix my credit, which helped me purchase home. And I'm thinking you can build up a whole testimonial.
Major cosign.
The same way the realtor, you backdooring the realtor, you taking that same photo at the title company saying, I'm that guy that can help you get your credit fixed to get a purchase home. This game is so wide open, like we say. People haven't even thought about niching it down like that.
At all.
What if you known as the guy to go to for purchase home and credit?
Man, you know how
that's $1 million.
You know how big this space is? Like even on the car dealer side, I'll tell you that play.
Yeah.
You don't know that one?
No, tell me that
okay.
one. Drop that one.
See, I would only share this with CJ. If this was anybody else, y'all would have to pay for this one.
Okay.
All right. So this is what I used to do with the car dealerships. I would go to the car dealerships. We all know that they have turn downs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And turn downs don't make them money. Secondly, what do everybody in the car industry work on? Commission.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, look, what if I can keep you a pipeline of client or customers coming back through, buying cars from you, upgrading and trading and refinancing out of the car that you put them in that they didn't want and bringing them back so they can get the car they want. So now you got a client who's going to potentially purchase 2 cars within 1 year. Perfect. How do you do that, Will? Everybody who has a certain credit score who barely qualify or who didn't qualify, I need you to send them to me. I'll clean up their credit and then make sure that they come back to you.
That's leads for days.
It's 1,000 car dealerships in a 5-mile radius for most people. That requires no marketing.
Just pulling up.
You can even go start at the buy here, pay now dealerships because everybody who go to those dealerships got bad credit. You don't even got to go to like the Ford. You can just go to the mom and pop car dealerships right now and tell them, you know what? Let me do a test file for you. I'll do it for free. That's how I used to do it too. And guess who would always want the test file was? It was either the realtor or the car salesman. They were like, can you do my credit first? I'm like, all right, perfect. I do their credit for free because it didn't cost me anything. And then once they saw the results, they're like, oh, because some people don't even realize that credit repair is real.
It is.
A lot of people think it's a myth because so many people have had bad experiences with people who've taken their money. All you got to do is half the battle is just showing up and answering your phone. If you can do that, you will kill it in this space.
Easy.
Because so many people get in this space and they're irresponsible.
Facts.
But you can make 7 figures just partnering with realtors and car dealerships.
And like I would say, if I help somebody purchase a car because they boosted their credit up, so
they telling 10 people,
and then we shoot the photo. You know what I'm saying? I got the testimonials going on my page, right? And I just think that when people get in this industry, they get discouraged because I'm not getting the leads coming in, even though I got the sauce. But have you thought about niching it down? Like you said, see, when you niche it down and focus on a specific group of people and get the results from them first, then you can go out and expand. Like I would, me personally, I would start like what you say with the realtors. Get about 5 or 10, get that ball rolling, get that traction going. Then once that's rolling, I would slide over to the auto, get
Right.
that going, and just be known
Man.
as that guy. Let me throw one out. Let me throw one more out there for you.
All right.
Get people for June.
All right.
What do you think? Because we in February,
Yeah.
partnering with somebody in the tax industry.
Oh, that's it's interesting you say that. So I owned a tax franchise at one point.
See, I'm telling y'all, he finna pull out the receipts, man. Come on.
I used to own a tax franchise
Okay.
called Universal Tax, and matter of fact, right up the street from here. And my pitch to tax owners. So I'm gonna give y'all another one on the
Mhm.
house.
Yeah.
Look, you only make money 10 weeks out the year. See, when you hit them with something that you know that they know is a fact, they can't deny it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you got to pay the rent for 12 months. You got a building. You got to pay the rent for 12 months. You only make money 10 weeks out the year. What you doing the other, 40 something weeks?
Right.
Oh, look, why don't you offer credit repair? Or let me put a man or one man in your office from my team, and everybody who come through while they're waiting to get their taxes done, let us review their credit. And so I would do partnerships, and I would get their list or go set up there during tax season, or even up a credit repair system so that way they can stay open all year long and start offering credit repair after tax season.
Mm.
Man, I set up so many people in the tax space to do credit.
See, because that's fire. Because what I'm thinking is like, okay, tax people have a lot of data, right?
They know everything about
you got the
client.
data, right? And so let's say these people are getting X amount of dollars from their refund,
Right.
right? And then you baking in, be like, hey, you're getting all this money from your refund. Let's go ahead and take X amount out to make sure your credit, because as they wait on the refund, we doing the credit analysis. So when they finna get 1,500 back, 2,000 back, whatever the case may be, you can be like, hey man, with that refund money, you need to go ahead and invest in it
And
and
allocate
flip it.
some of this. Yeah.
Like use that tax refund to flip it to fix your credit. That way you putting yourself in a really good position financially, using that money.
Definitely.
And I think that's like that's a hit.
Man, look, that
You gave out 3 plays
Three.
that'll make you, and that's what I'm saying, not a couple thousand, would make you $1 million.
easy. That cost you no marketing dollars.
Because once you start, let's say with taxes, once you start with one person in tax season and you crush it with that one person, somebody else who runs a tax company
Gonna
gonna
want
be
your
like,
services.
hey, can you come over here and help me and my tax business add this extra value on there? But see, the thing is with the niches, what you giving us here is that if you just say you're a credit person or funding person, then they'll just have to choose between you and maybe somebody else. But if you have prior experience with the specific tax industry,
Right.
then the other person who has the tax company say, I want that person because
Yeah.
I seen him work with so and so
Yeah.
tax season last.
Yeah.
And then next another tax person, and that tax person, and next thing you know, you are
That
the credit
guy.
person in the tax industry.
Yeah.
And so you being in that micro niche, that's $1 million.
Man, look, I'm
Because
gonna
it's that green.
I'm gonna give you one more.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna give
Let's
y'all.
go, y'all. What's up, man?
I'm
Giving these gems.
I'm
I hope
gonna
y'all
give y'all
listening,
one
man.
more. I'm gonna give y'all one more. So, another one. Been listening to these two guys for years. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate that, man.
So here's another.
Appreciate everybody listening.
Thank you. Here's another niche. Divorce attorneys.
Whoa.
I ain't never told nobody this one.
Here we go. Let's go.
I've never told nobody this one.
Let's go.
So I remember one time I had a client who was a judge, had bad credit. See, we can't discriminate. I've worked with which both of us have, athletes, entertainers, A-list. I've worked with people who got stars on Hollywood Walk of Fame that had bad credit. So there's no discrimination on the credit side. But I remember I was doing credit for this judge out here in Las Vegas. And she said she was so impressed. She was like, "Oh, wow, this is real."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yeah." So she said, "I need to connect you with such and such attorney because when couples go through a divorce, typically what tends to happen."
Your credit.
I was just on a call when you were here a while ago, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to go through a divorce. My credit got ruined." And here's one of the reasons why. I'm about to put y'all up on this because this is I know a lot of people don't know this right here. So when a couple gets divorced and the judge hands down what's called the divorce decree, which essentially shows that, hey, these two parties have went their separate ways. And if two parties were on the credit applications and the judge says, "Hey, spouse one, you're responsible for the debt, whether it's the man or woman," okay? The spouse two assumes that they are no longer responsible because of the divorce decree, but it does not supersede the credit application. So even if spouse one stopped paying the debt, guess who else still gets affected? Spouse two. So now both of them have bad credit.
Damn.
And guess who has the information? The divorce attorney.
So the divorce attorney can hand you over leads all day long.
Yeah, because they know their client is going through credit challenges. And if that attorney wants to have that client potentially refer him other new clients, they already know the divorce is going to tear their credit up. Hey, I know this is a bad time, but hey, I got somebody who can help get your credit reestablished, go get it rebuilt, whatever. So now the attorney looks like the superhero because now they're playing offense. They're not waiting until they're ready to go buy a house again in 3 years. They're like, all right, the divorce is final. Boom. Now, that's just one. Then you got the bankruptcy attorney.
Yep.
File bankruptcy. Okay. Once it's discharged, guess what they got to do? They got to clean up the stuff off the report.
Right.
The discharge bankruptcy doesn't eradicate the credit score.
The charge offs.
All of that stuff. It stays on there even after the discharge. Man, that's free marketing all day long. Now you have somebody advocating for you. You don't have to convince people to do credit repair with you. These people are saying, "Hey, go see my guy." Instant laydown. I used to do workshop. Man, the lenders used to even bring me in. Not even the realtors, the lenders. And I would do workshops in front of all of the brokers, lenders. So now I got 10 people in the office sending me their leads to do the credit. So this is how I built my credit repair business.
And like I say, man, your stories and your receipts, it's huge because the people who really want to tap in and learn this information, they're going to want to make money off of it, right? And we can make money by helping people. But going into the newer people that's credit, gurus now, credit coaches online, well, they don't have this type of experience. They just learn credit and they just trying to make money off helping people credit. What you can do is you had the ability to help people learn about the credit, but also the sales and marketing is something that has to come with experience.
It has to.
And so what you just broke down was, I believe, 4 different ways.
Yeah.
Somebody can learn the credit and then jump into a 7-figure, income. And the reason why I say 7 figures, because there's nobody doing this. There's nobody doing this. So again, guys, when y'all say, man, it's a bunch of people doing this credit stuff, well, who is known for a micro niche or a specific industry? Who's the one go-to guy in credit for realtors, like you say? Who's the main guy for credit in the automobile industry? Who's the number one credit guy for taxes? Right? Hell, even partnering up on life insurance agents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything around financial, like you say, because the credit game is everything financial. So you can niche down in one of those industries, kill it in the credit game, and dude, And that's if you go online. And look, you can go online and be a online. You can have a national brand like us,
Right.
but you could just be known in your city.
Man, I just
You
did.
gave gems that had nothing to do with social media. I was adding to take a picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
No, what you said is
This is with no social media.
because we get a lot of people who follow us and be like, I just want to learn a credit sauce and get money, but I can't do the online like you will. I can't do the online like you, CJ. And it's like, well, what you just broke down ain't got shit to do with
You
social
don't got to
media.
be online. Nobody has to know what you look like.
You just gave a 7. I'm just really unpacking what you just did.
Oh,
let's go back for a second. You just really gave a 7-figure play right here on this stream that requires no social media marketing
or marketing budget.
That's just straight.
That's straight to
work.
the people. Straight to the people, man. And here's if we want to break it down even more. If a person did 5 files a day at an average of $560 a file, and they did 5 of those a day, that's $1 million. So if you charged on the low end $500 a file, and you did 5 per day, every single day, that's $1 million. So I tell people anything I do, I reverse engineer my result. I don't, because when you look at it, $1 million or even 6 figures, it messes with you mentally because you're looking at the feet.
Right.
But when you niche it down or when you reverse engineer, and you're like, $500 per I could do that. Because then what you do is you go hire some VAs online and you have them work it for you. You build the back end. Man, I'm gonna get some more sauce. It's not even sauce. I'm gonna just say. I'm about to just say the real. Half the people's VAs out here is the VA company that I put on.
Let's go. They need to hear this.
It's the first VA I hired overseas. From the work that I sent her, going all the way back from like 2009, 10, 11, 12, like she was able, bro, she's like the biggest credit repair VA company in the Philippines. She used to send me pictures of the house she built. She used to thank me every single year because she was like, man, you changed my life well. So this isn't even just Americans I've helped. This is like people overseas. And so the biggest outsourced credit repair person, or one of the biggest, is the person I trained. And
wow.
I know everybody who uses her.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I need to use her. I need to.
It's nothing but a call.
Hey, look, man, I'm telling you, I've been, pretty fortunate to pop off on YouTube and end up building my brand online like that. But I'm not even joking. What you just told right here is a move I can run when I don't feel like being online. And I want to do something real quick. Just because this is our first one that we popping off,
right?
And if you guys like this, please comment and let us know if y'all want to continue this on, because we got so much to share with you guys again for stories and sauce and gems. But I really want to do something right now, man, to make this stick and let the people know this is real. I'm willing. I'm talking about you as my coaching mentor and me getting back in the student seat again.
Right.
I'm willing to do a challenge. No, you can even tell me that I actually take one of those marketing ideas you just dropped right here, and I take that information and I go see how fast I can implement it, and I document the results that happen from that.
Oh, man.
See, that's how far I'm trying to take this.
Yeah.
To make it as real as possible for the people. Because again, a lot of people that's listening, they are learning this credit stuff from not only us, but just so many people that's talking about fluff and no real strategies and no real implementation. So I come from, like I like to call it, the dark ages, 2017,
right,
2016, to where I didn't have all the TikTok and IG reels and all that, this and that. I had to really go do the work.
Right.
And a lot of people skipping doing the work.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to do something even at my level to where I could just make a YouTube video and get thousands of leads. But what I really want to do is have this video recorded and documented. and we pick one. If anybody on the chat want to comment right now, since he got a live stream, pick one of the niches that he listed right now, whether it's partner with a realtor, partner with
Car
a
dealership,
car dealership, partner with somebody with taxes, or partner with the attorneys,
or an attorney.
or any attorneys. If you guys can comment, we're gonna do a vote, and we're gonna put this out there. If y'all comment on any one of these niches, and we get a nice amount of vote, I will myself, when I go back to Miami, I will start posting content, and I will link up with somebody in those industries, and I would real life run this marketing plan he just listed, and I'll show you guys in 2025 how when he say something, how fast I go implement it. The same way he taught it to me in 2017. As soon as I learned the credit game, I ain't need a bunch of back and forth with Vincent. He said it, I went, implemented it, and it changed my life. And I can show you.
Somebody said car dealers
what we got?
Or realtors. We got to pick one, Esme.
Realtor or car dealer?
We got to pick one.
I'm down for whichever one. Somebody said partner with a realtor. Let's go. Okay. I think we got two for realtors.
They said, I'm a realtor. Partner with me.
Oh, let's go. See? Get that work. I see you, Kevin. Let's get that work.
Yo.
Let's partner up. Let's partner up. I'm talking about really go out there in the trenches, and I will document this and show people that when you really listening to these lives or these streams, or you really listening to this information, guys, as fast as you go implement it, as fast as you're going to get the result.
Man, it's simpler than people think.
Yeah.
Because again, when a person gets turned down for a house, that hurts their soul.
Yeah.
So they're wanting to get approved. Mm-hmm. When a person gets turned down for a car, they want that car, whether they can afford it or not. So here's another one.
Let's go.
Divorce attorneys. That's endless.
Uh-oh.
What up, Jocelyn?
I was kind of scared of that. The divorce attorney one. I got to go put some work in for that
one. Here's another one. So this is one that a lot of people can't master, but I was one of the first to master this. When you go and get a vehicle, typically for someone who has challenged credit, what is one of the things that they are going to have to deal with on the back end?
Say it one more time.
So when someone who doesn't have good credit,
okay,
what's the thing that they're going to have to deal with on the back end as a result of going from dealership to dealership to dealership?
Oh, they're going to rack up a bunch of ink.
A bunch of them. Mm-hmm. Every dealership, they're going to run it 5 to 17 times. And people, the old strategy, well, if you get them all done in 7 days, it only counts as one. No, that's not true. That's not true. So here's what happens. I started to learn how to clean up credit inquiries, but also not just on accounts that are closed, that 24-hour ebook shit people be selling. I was doing that back in early. Yeah. And so once I got really good at cleaning up credit inquiries, even one tied to an open account, I started to go partner with these funding companies, and they were flying me out to come and speak, because most of their white label partners knew nothing about credit or about how inquiries impacted someone who had good credit who couldn't get funding. So, man, I was doing $200,000-$300,000 a month just in credit inquiries. I didn't even touch the credit at one point, just credit inquiries.
Wow!
Because this was before the whole 24-hour ebook came out, and so I was, man, It was a time that gave me, and it gave me a leg up, because people didn't know how to dispute inquiries back then.
Sauce. We got some more coming in, so go ahead. Can you follow up real quick and drop that gem for them on how they can go purchase the vehicle without getting all those inquiries put on there? What's the best strategy for that,
man? So here's what I do. So anytime I go buy a vehicle, I go to my local credit union.
Okay.
All right. So I go to the credit union, and I find out what their rates and terms are. because I'm always looking for a certain term and rate. I'm a pretty conscious buyer if I'm gonna buy an auto loan. Then I'm gonna find out what their max is, because some dealerships their max may be 40,000, some may be 75, some go up to 200 or whatever. So once I find out what their max is, then I'm gonna go to the dealership, find the vehicle I want, and I'm gonna ask what the out the door price is. That means tax, title, insurance. So once I get the out the door price, then I'm gonna go back to the bank, and tell the bank, hey, here's the purchase agreement that I have for this said vehicle. They're gonna run the information, and then they're gonna go fill out the credit application. Once they approve me, they're gonna give me the check. Then I go to the dealership, one credit pull.
That's it.
That's it.
So y'all gotta type. I ain't got my pen and pad right to write that down. So we gonna find out what the credit union, what's the highest limit they'll approve on the auto loan. We also want to see the interest rates that they usually give on the auto
Always
loan.
the interest rates.
And then we're gonna go pick out the car we want, see if that match with the limit they'll approve us for and the interest rate. And therefore, if the credit union, they're gonna do the credit application and they're gonna let you know, okay, you are approved for that vehicle you looking for.
Yeah. And I usually do it under my business too, by the way. So FYI.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then now you just get that one inquiry.
And then I'm gonna dispute it.
And then
then I'm gonna dispute it.
And then you get your car, and then now you don't have yours to rent. And again, this is something we gotta share, y'all. We gotta drop this sauce, because for us, that could be very, very beginner basic information.
Extremely, man.
But to somebody who's looking to purchase a car,
that's major. That's major.
Advanced, super sauce. Like,
that's major.
And I think that us being in the game for as years, and this was challenging for me, and that's why I want to bring this attention to you. Being in it for so many years, it can get repetitive. And you could just feel like you maybe not growing because you're teaching the same basic stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's people that's still going to purchase vehicles
directly from the car dealership,
and it's 15 and 16 inquiries on there, and they just didn't know.
Yeah,
they just didn't know, and so that's why I say I had struggled with it too, and be like, hey, Chris, I don't care how repetitive it is, I don't care how basic it is to you. To somebody out there, especially, and it doesn't matter about how older people are, they'd be like, you should know this. Well, it's a new 18-year-old
every single day
that's looking to purchase
every single day.
And he's never gonna know. No matter 10 years from now, you like, I'm still teaching people how to go get a vehicle without the many inquiries. Yes, because 10 years from now, there's gonna be new. As long as our school system is failing to implement this information to where they can learn inside of a school system, they are going to depend on you.
Yeah, no, real talk. And to the whole car buying strategy, let me speak to these Turo buyers.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let me tell y'all something. Stop using credit cards to go buy cars.
You're going to get jammed up.
You're going to get jammed up. And you don't have to do that. See, here's a strategy that I always teach people, CJ. And so whenever somebody comes to me and they're looking to make an investment, whether it's real estate, whatever, I always say, hey, let's find you the cheapest money. See, when you use a credit card, yeah, it's going to start at 0% interest. But the way 0% interest is used when we're playing the money flip game, the goal of the 0% interest is the entry point to get in, and then have an asset that appreciates so you can refinance out of this expensive money eventually. So when you go buy a car with a credit card, you can't flip out of that money because you can't refinance the vehicle at an appreciated amount. And for people who don't know what that means that the vehicle does not increase in value. It decreases. So you can't refinance to get a check to pay that credit card off. And so what you would do is you would just go to 4 banks in one day, because the inquiry the loan doesn't hit your credit report for up to 30 days. So if you really want to play that game, just go to 4 different car dealerships. Go to 4 car dealerships, go get 4 purchase order agreements, go to 4 different credit unions, apply on with 4 different banks, even 4 different LLCs if you want. Now each one of them gonna give you the check because they don't see the other one. Or if you're going to start with economy cars, let's say you find $20,000 cars
Mm-hmm.
and you want to buy 4 of them. That's what, 80,000?
Mm-hmm.
So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to one bank, tell them I want a purchase order agreement for 80,000,
Mm.
and then they're going to cut me a check for 1.
That's game.
And then I buy all 4 cars
With that one.
with that 1. I don't need to go get 10 credit cards to go buy cars. And that's why so many people got jammed up during Toro.
Yeah, a lot of people jammed up with that credit stuff. They really, I mean, with the getting the cars with the credit cards, because like you say, that money, that little change you finna get back, and all that maintenance and all that stuff, that's not gonna be enough to pay
Not at all.
to pay off the credit card game.
Not at all.
But let me ask you this:
Yeah.
as far as somebody want to make some money around this credit game, do you think people have from your years of experience, do you think people have a better chance of getting access to a lot of credit, business credit, maybe 100, 200K, and trying to take that and flip it in some type of investment opportunity, like an asset, like it could be if I want to do the car rental game correctly, or if I want to do real estate or something like that? Do you think they got a better chance of just flipping their credit, or do you think they have a better chance of making money, getting into the industry of coaching and teaching about the credit game? Which one you think would be a better chance of success for somebody?
So if I was starting from scratch, I would start and make money in the credit industry.
Helping others.
Absolutely. Because when I look at how business is structured, the average person doesn't have the risk tolerance for investing.
Mm.
So for somebody who doesn't have risk tolerance, I wouldn't tell them to go and start trying to invest to make money, because investing isn't for making money purposes. That's the thing that messes so many people up.
Yeah, break that down.
So an investment isn't to make you money. An investment is an asset class. And so the investment is your retirement. It's not to get rich today.
Something you just hanging on.
Yeah,
to.
The investment means you let it sit out there and you let it mature. You let it pays you a passive cash flow over time, and the goal is for it to appreciate. So by the time you retire or get to an age of retirement, or you're stockpiling your investments, that is how you eventually cash out down the line. Most people don't hang on to an investment long enough for it to make sense.
And if I went all in on my credit, that 0% interest gonna kick in after 12 months.
Especially if you don't know what you're doing.
And I'm jammed up.
You jammed up. And this is why I tell people, if you're going to play that game, you got to come see me. You have to. Because every single person I know who tried to do it on their own is stuck right now.
And I think that pandemic of, I got credit cards, go do Airbnb. I got credit cards, go do Turo.
Everybody I know right now jammed up.
I don't know anybody that got successful from that.
Nobody.
I don't know. I mean, because when people would come to me and be like, "Yo, Chris, I just want you to help me with my credit because I'm finna do Airbnb," and I'd be like, "What a cost of the furniture?" I mean, I would look at it like this: soon as you go into Airbnb, not saying it's a bad industry, because there's people who definitely killing it, who know what they're doing. I was like, man, you instantly got to start paying rent out the gate. Like every month that rent is due. Yeah. And then you got to furnish it and then you like manage it and this and that, and make sure you doing this somewhere. Hey, what's good, G? And make sure you're doing this somewhere to where it can make sense. I felt the same way about the cars. Yeah. That car note, the car insurance. You already inquiring,
most people lying about how much they made in them industries.
I haven't seen nobody really winning.
Most of them lying.
Besides the ones who was teaching it, right?
yeah. Most of them were lying.
I just feel like using credit cards to jump into that route that soon is I never got into it myself.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like, man, I'm out the gate. I already got to pay these bills, and if I put on a credit card and it don't work out, I'm jammed up. So I always was like, the education and helping people is a better route, like going back to the question, because of the overhead.
The overhead. Now, the only thing that I do say is a viable strategy is buying the real estate asset. And that's
Gotcha.
because it appreciates.
Gotcha.
So worse, and I always say, when you buy the right way, when you buy the house, because see, people who is doing it to get in doing the Airbnb arbitrage, I had a client who she liquidated $70,000 on her credit cards to do Airbnb arbitrage, which means you don't own the building. 2 months in, the landlord changed the laws. No more Airbnb. She couldn't make her money back because she didn't own the building. She couldn't sell the furniture and make the money back. So now she's stuck. But imagine if she would have put that into a house. She could have sold the house. She could have rented it out because people gonna always need somewhere to live, but people not gonna always be able to vacation.
So if somebody wanted the full sauce from you, they want to go full CEO. They come in, they learn a credit game from you, right? Once they got the credit game down pat, they start them a consulting business, making some good cash flow,
Definitely.
consulting and helping others. As they're making cash flow, helping and consulting others, they can see money coming in. They got access to credit cards. Then they should go the investment route. Is that a path you think some people should go?
So it can be either way, but I will say that in the credit space, you will always make money today.
Got you.
Every single day. Because you could start a credit repair business today. 10 people with bad credit. For real.
And 10 people who got a business that need funding. Right now.
I tell people all the time, because I help people just like yourself get funding. And then we also help people get in the funding industry. And they like, Will, who do I go talk to? I'm saying, go talk to your dry cleaners. They need money today. Go talk to the barber shop. They need money today. Go talk to and we have to stop looking at the size of the business. All of them need money.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you who's struggling right now.
What's that?
Mom and pop car dealerships. And I'm going to tell you why. So when you have a car dealership, all car dealerships have what's called a flooring line, which is a line of credit specifically just to buy cars. Okay. Now, this strategy is a bit more riskier, but a car dealership is willing to do this. That flooring line runs out on that car to where they have to start paying an absorbent amount of interest against that vehicle or that flooring line if that car stays on the lot after X amount of time. I would sit down with that car person and calculate how much that flooring line cost them and try to get them into cheaper money. And so what I would do, and I actually have a couple friends who I helped do this for, is I found out that they were in money that was costing them like 47% interest. And so what we did was we went in and I helped them find a credit partner because their credit was not in good position. And we used that credit partner and went and got business lines of credit at a 9% interest. So it went from 40 something to 9%. And then we just moved that debt over. So now that money became cheaper for them. See, that's the one thing that I will stand up 10 toes down against anybody that they can't touch me when it comes to knowing how to play the game of moving the money around, especially for businesses who are stuck in high interest money. That's another way how I built my business, because people came to me as more of like a strategist, not just a credit guy or just a funding guy. I help them to be able to know how to alleviate the stress of debt by helping them to get the cheaper money.
And that's why I was saying, like, you coming back, really, really sharing your story and your expertise at that level is so important, because the new people that's coming up in the credit game, there's absolutely no way they can know how to do that. Because this is behind the scenes stuff. This isn't social media playing around. This isn't capping. This is actually showing you how it happens. You know what I'm saying? This is real stuff. But only you can deliver this message in the credit game, because you've been around at times when those strategies had to be implemented and it wasn't no TikTok for that.
No.
Like, you had to actually go do it. So therefore, when you speak upon doing these methods, they've been proven tried years ago.
And I was doing it for free for so long.
Yeah.
I didn't make money in the beginning because I had to prove the method.
Come on now. What's up, y'all, man, in the building? You know what I'm saying? Z in the building, Reggie in the building. I don't know how long you been going on these streams, man, but I before we wrap up, I got to really get this out there because you really dropped some sauce that I still myself as a student want to implement.
Absolutely.
That realtor and car salesman game is crazy. I think I'm gonna implement that realtor game.
Man, I'm telling you.
I really think I am. Because I think realtors are struggling like a mug too right now.
You know, 70% of realtors sell less than 2 houses a year. 70%. And you want to know why? If you go talk to any black realtor right now, they'll tell you their number one issue is they can't find qualified applicants. That's their number one issue. Where are my black realtors at? They'll tell you their biggest issue is they can't find qualified applicants.
Not that people don't want to purchase.
It's not that people don't want to purchase, they don't qualify.
And if you guys want to get in this credit game, you can real life. He say big facts on what Kevin the realtor. You can, if you in this credit game, you can real life partner up with a realtor and put out this information to really get that done. And really get that done. But I want to say this for people who, you know, are interested in learning this credit information, whether they want to be an investor, because you say you could purchase prop assets with this, and people want to get in this game to help others. You know what I'm saying? I want you to talk about the mindset of, okay, I know I could tap in and get this information, but what is stopping people from implementing in your time? What do you see that's like, you know, you gave them everything, the information.
Right.
What do you see as far as a mindset to stop them from going to execute and making that $1 million?
It's a couple things, and I'm gonna tell the truth here today. On February 13th, 2025, people lazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's no way to sugarcoat it. People are lazy. They're lazy. I tell people you can work with Gary V, Gary Coleman, or Gary Busby, and they can give you all the sauce in the world. That person still will not go out and perform. People lazy. Now here's number 2. There's a difference between participating and effort. A person will sign up and say, oh, I'm learning the credit game, but they're not going to put in the effort to go and talk to them 10 different realtors. They're not going to put in the effort to go talk to 15 car dealerships. And I say that because you may have to call 15 realtors. Because you also got to understand that realtor probably has been burnt by a credit repair person. So in order to win them over, you may have to do somebody for them for free. And so we got to understand that it's so many reasons why people don't do nothing. But one is because people are lazy, inherently lazy. And 2, because people confuse participation with effort. People think just showing up is the battle. No, you actually have to do push-ups at the gym, not just go to the gym.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's it. And my 2 cents on that is people desire, you know, to be above average just isn't there. I don't think it's there
at all.
And for me, when I was able to look at what you was, you know, kicking and giving that credit game, I was at a point in time in my life to where I was like, my back against the wall. I'm only making $8 an hour. There's no way I'm going to survive on this type of, you know, pay, and I got to figure something out. And I think, you know, 1 or 2 things are going to happen as we watch in 2025 and going forward with the social media stuff and all our entrepreneurship and everybody want to be investors and all that stuff that everybody talk about.
Right.
I think 1 or 2 things are going to happen. 1, people are going to find that inspiration and motivation and get their desires up by watching us. That's why it's important for us to do our duty, because we're going to end up helping people who need to just watch us a little bit more and hear more of these stories. And the second thing is people are gonna wait till it's so late and they're gonna fall so far behind, and
Oh
that's when they're
man,
gonna decide to be ready.
that's what
And
happens all the time, man. People wait till they're in the worst position to want to make a change.
and that's something that I just
I don't get
don't
it.
recommend.
I don't get it because now here's what I will say going back to the effort in wanting to be below average. And I can only speak for Will Roundtree. One of the things that I did, I removed every obstacle of comfortability for me.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, I made things difficult that put me in a position where I had to work.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I mean. When I was sleeping in my car, I didn't go sleep on somebody else's couch. I said, I need to get out of this car.
Mm-hmm.
When I was living in a weekly on Flamingo and Swenson, for people who are familiar with Las Vegas, I didn't go and try to shack up with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, I need to figure out how to get my own place.
There we go.
Like I removed obstacle of comfortability. I didn't take the easy route out. I'm in my 45 years of existence, I've never borrowed money from another man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't say I'm down bad, bro. Let me borrow 200.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just didn't eat that day.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? It made me go out there and talk to 3 more realtors so I can get 4 new credit files. It made me go out there and call 10 different car dealerships that eventually brought me in, 3 new clients. So I was willing to be uncomfortable, which forced me to go out there and be a hunter. So that way, and that's how I built my business.
Same.
Yeah.
When I seen you giving that game, I said I got to make a change, and I think that people, you know what I'm saying, who really want to get rich, this is not just for Will Roundtree. This is not just for Chris Joseph. These is just 2 black men that's telling you guys that it's possible, and it's really gonna take, coming to get this information, coming and getting this sauce, and really going out there and going to do it, especially for you guys. And I'm gonna tell you this, I'm really hard on married couples and parents.
You have to be.
Those are the ones that I really, really hard on. Cause I'd be like, you guys cannot accept that. Like, you know how we both been doing this for years, like consulting married couples, and I'm talking to the husband.
They don't want each other's credit.
Oh man, yeah.
they don't know nothing about each other.
And I'd be like, hey man, you got a wife. You cannot be in this situation,
bro, at all.
Like you can't.
I
You're
told
not
somebody,
moving fast enough.
Look, I told somebody the other day, I'm gonna keep it so funky for y'all today. I was talking to this guy. He had to be like in his 30s, and he's sitting there going back and forth with me, talking about, man, I don't know, whatever. And I said, bro, can I keep it 100 with you? If you don't get your shit together, your girl gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not a provider.
Mm-hmm.
How you got her living like this? You the man. Yeah, she might not be saying nothing to you like personally, but she feel it every single night when you go to sleep. She mad.
No, for real, it's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, man.
And just because you married or y'all in a deep relationship, she gonna be there. She ain't going nowhere, man. Listen here. She's scrolling on Instagram looking at all these other successful men too. Just like dudes looking at all these Instagram models, these women see men out here going to get it too. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about social media. So like, being complacent ain't really gonna cut it, because maybe back in the day before social media, it was more willing to thug it out. Man, they ready to stick and move too.
Yeah.
Especially ones that are parents and got kids.
Man.
You don't have an option. That's what my fire like really, really like burns, because I'm not married and I don't have no children. You know what I'm saying? So I put my feet to the fire just because I was tired of being broke. So I couldn't imagine having a wife. I couldn't imagine having
kids,
children,
man.
and sitting there talking about what I'm not gonna do.
Bro, it's crazy. Here's what I see a lot though. Usually when I have a married couple, the wife is the one that be moving forward.
100%.
And I'm like, bro, how you gonna sit there and let your wife
all the time
want to do something you want to just chill?
All the time the women be like, man, I'll do it. I'll pay for it for both of us.
And he don't be want to participate, nothing.
She on the calls.
Yeah.
I say, hey, bro, like, You got me over. You got your wife on this line, and I'm sitting there coaching and telling her, you just over there on the side eating chips. Like, yeah, baby, gonna figure that out for us. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
That's a recipe for disaster.
you know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying, that message I just want to kick to y'all, you know what I'm saying, that's really listening to this sauce. If you just rewatch this tape, you gave out 4 marketing strategies that anybody can go implement today and go make some money. So if you know you are not in the position you need to be in financially, and you know your credit ain't right, you are looking at 2 brothers that can really take you there. And for me, the way I coach and help people came from how he coached and helped me. You never gatekeep the game. You never hid the game. You just literally gave it to us, and you said, go flourish. Like that's why I always feel like, you know what I'm saying, no matter how much money you made, the mission,
Yeah.
like you really had a mission and a purpose. The money is just a byproduct of your mission. And I feel like you found that in credit, and you real life like freed a lot of black people with this credit game.
Right.
But the flip side is, even though you can free us with the credit game and show us how to go get a bag, if we don't take it upon ourselves and get our mindset to where it needs to be, the game gonna fly right over our head.
Man, we seeing that happen now, though.
You know what I'm saying? So I need you guys to really go think about, hey, my desire. Like, I need to go look my wife in the face. I need to go look at my kids, and I just be like, hey, today I'm making that decision. While we still at the top of 2025, I need to make that decision that this is gonna be the year. And it's in it. And the reason why I'm qualified for saying this is because when I first seen you giving that credit game like that, I knew from that moment I made a decision.
Mm.
Like, I literally made, everybody's life is gonna change when they make that decision. And so I think a lot of people who are not as successful as they want to be, they just haven't made that decision.
I agree.
And once they make that decision that, you know what, I'm done. That was my thing. I'm done being broke.
That was an easy decision for me to make.
I just said, I'm so tired of being broke. I had a girlfriend, and I just couldn't buy her nothing for Valentine's Day. I couldn't buy her nothing for Christmas. And this girl was down for me for 7 years.
Wow.
Every birthday, her birthday was in April. Right before that, you know, it was February, Valentine's Day. And like right before that was Christmas. And they would all hit me month after month. And she would always say, you know, it's all right, baby, you know, next year. And she would just stay down with me. And I used to be so hurt to be like, I got a really good woman and I can't really do nothing for her because I'm sorry. And I said, nah, I gotta do something about this.
Yeah.
And what I did was we had to break up because I really wanted her. I mean, she was a type of like real life wife material. Yeah. After we broke up, she really got with somebody, got married, had kids. Wow. And I'm so happy for her because that's really what she wanted. Yeah. I knew I couldn't provide that.
Right.
Bro, I got single. Got focused on credit, started my business.
And you took off, man.
But it was that pain of like, there's no way as a man,
bro.
As a man,
I've been there.
That I can really be like, yeah, I can't even go like buying her flowers gonna cut into what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. And we just can't allow that to happen. And hey, you know, back in goddamn 1800s when we were slaves, we ain't had no shot. This is 2025.
Man, everybody got a chance to do something. I'll tell you what was a defining moment for me. In 2006, I was living in Vegas at the time, and my uncle died. I couldn't afford to go to the funeral. And I'm like, here I am. I'm 26, 27 years old. I've been working since I was 18. And this back when plane tickets was $300. Mm-hmm. I couldn't afford a plane ticket to go back to see my uncle get buried. Then a few years later, grandmother passed away. Barely could get out there. I'm like, I'm tired of living like this. I refuse to live like this again. And so, man, I locked in. I was willing to, see me personally, I was willing to invest the dollars on betting on myself. So when I would make some money, I would invest to go to a conference. I did all of the things that I had to do And I wasn't focused on the result. I was focused on the process
Mm-hmm.
and staying in. I was focused on the consistency. Because I see so many people, and I know you see it, they get in, and if they ain't a millionaire today, they quit. But I guarantee you they ain't put in the effort.
Nah,
I guarantee you.
and that's the beauty of whatever industry you guys want to get in business. Credit is the key and it's a start. Because before I started making money, when I learned the credit game and got my first credit cards, the credit cards allowed me to move around and get out of my environment.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole nother episode of your environment.
Facts.
So when I was able to get my first credit cards, I think Chase
What's up, fam?
Chase had gave me like 6,000. And I remember Discover gave me like 4,000. And then I had got that Navy Federal 15,000. I said, "Oh shit, it's on." but what the first credit cards allowed me to do,
right,
was to purchase plane tickets, purchase hotel
to
tickets,
fly to the conventions,
to go to events.
That's
and
what
that was the
that's what I
first
did.
thing the credit
That's
cards
what I did,
allowed.
man.
Because again, if it was my own money, I'm gonna be hesitant. Oh man, they want $500 for the ticket or $200 for the ticket, or like, I gotta pay for this. I'm gonna start doing all these calculations of the money that I don't have to go get this information.
And that's because you were calculating the cost based upon how many hours you had to work.
Exactly.
And that's the game our mind plays on us. Like, and damn, I gotta work 20 hours to buy $200. So yeah.
And credit gave us that leverage of like,
man,
okay, let me use this credit. It's gonna allow me to get out of my environment and make some moves. Once I started to get out of my environment, going to events and conferences and workshops, which y'all gonna see us drop soon, that y'all gonna have to pull up on us, you know what I'm saying? Get your credit cards and come holler at us.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And then once you get in that room and you get in that environment and then you hear that information, it's gonna change your whole situation. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a large transformation because what you are trying to accomplish, and if you in a bad environment, the family support ain't there, or nobody in the family just know anything about financial leadership and successful, no entrepreneurship spirit. So the family ain't there. Your friends, if you broke, they broke.
Period.
You know how that goes.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't hanging around rich friends if you the broke one. So your family ain't got the sauce. All your friends are broke, and you in that same neighborhood. The chance of you growing is slim to none. So what you probably gonna have to do, most likely gonna have to do, is come get your credit right. Come get you some funding. Once you get access to that capital, don't smoke it, don't blow it. Go make a proper move and be like, you know what? I need to take this credit and I need to go right. If Roundtree got a workshop, I need to go pull up. Whatever he's charging, I need to go swipe that. That's what I got the credit for.
Yeah.
I need to go swipe.
That's what you did. I remember seeing you at the event.
I'm coming because I'm like, bro, I got the credit. If I don't use it to go learn some new information, I'm end up blowing it for like, you know, some bullshit or like expenses. I said, nope. If he over there, that's where I'm going. If he over there, where I'm going. I didn't worry about the debt because I knew I was reprogramming my mind and changing my environment. And I knew, I'm like, shit, everybody back there don't have this. So if I can go get this information, this value,
and bring it
I
back,
can go bring it back.
And you're going to be the man.
And I'm going to be the man. And everybody got that same opportunity right now in 2025, bigger and better than ever.
Yeah.
Because we act accessible. You know what I'm saying? You can DM somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't no DMs back in my day.
You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't no DMs, wasn't none of that stuff, man.
You can DM somebody. You can buy their course. You can get on their email list. You can tap in. You can pull up. There's a mastermind. There's a workshop. There's no excuses. It goes back to, when are you going to make the decision? When are you going to make the decision of like, yeah, this is the year I'm going to be rich. Like, this is going to be the year I'm going to make sure my kids have everything they need. This is the year I'm going to make sure my marriage and my relationships, I'm going to make sure I'm giving the best that's going to be. And whenever you really make that decision, everything is going to really change.
It's gonna change, man.
And don't wait till shit get hard. Don't wait till shit get tough. And especially, don't wait to jump off the porch because you're going to be embarrassed about what other people are going to think about you. Because you know that's the number one thing that stops people from really taking advantage of their life. Because like, well, if I go do this stuff they saying, what my family going to think about me? What my friends going to think about me? And that shit will hold you back.
Man, I just stopped going to family events.
I ain't trying to hear it.
I stopped going around. I'm like, look, I don't need to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? And You're gonna be misunderstood. You're gonna be misunderstood. They're gonna think you crazy. And guess what? You decide to change your life. Absolutely, you are crazy enough to do
you
that.
are crazy enough. Because then guess what happens? Now they're asking you to borrow money.
Oh,
They're asking
man.
you to get them out of situations.
Oh,
They're
man.
asking you to fix the flat tires and all. So yeah, it's just you got to be willing to just sacrifice. And the pain is so short.
Mm-hmm. Especially in today's age.
Yeah, the pain is
how
short.
fast you could turn somebody up that's ready to work hard. How long they need with you?
Man,
give them 90 days and it's up.
It's because it's so easy now.
Yeah,
it's so easy.
90 days.
Everything that I teach you, you have the steroids is in the social media. The steroids is in marketing. Like, imagine this. And I think this is another hard thing for people. And I thought about this about 2 weeks ago. I got rich off strangers. Not even from people that know me.
That's a fact.
I got rich working with strangers. It's a whole
yeah.
It's a whole world of people waiting for you. They just don't know that you offer. It's somebody right now who don't know how the credit process works. They waiting on you right now. Mm-hmm. It's somebody right now who don't even know that you can do credit card stacking. Mm-hmm. Because they done got turned down asking for a business loan because they don't know the terminology. My client, my mentees, and I'm sure you get this too. They walk into banks and they're like, "Will, I know more than the banker." Mm-hmm. I said, "I know. That's how I trained y'all." I've been offered jobs to run banks as an underwriter, and I said, "Y'all can't pay me enough."
To just sit in here and lose the impact of helping so many
y'all
people.
Can't pay me enough. No, I got to be around the people, man.
And keep helping people. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to get in this industry of credit education and really helping people in this credit game, you're going to make a lot of money, but most importantly, you're going to give a lot of impact. So let
me answer this question. Somebody said, how much do you feel felonies affect your loan eligibility? 0.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a story for Everflakes family. So I have a good friend in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I knew him for a very long time. And in 2005 or 6, he got locked up and he did 16 years straight. A lot of you know his story. He did 16 years straight. 2 years before he was getting ready to come out, I sent him my book, Credit is King. Okay? The book right there. 2 years before he got out, I sent him my book, Credit is King. When he got out, guess what I taught him? The credit game. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, he has felonies. Within 9 months, he had made 6 figures in a credit space.
I can believe it.
9 months, because he went crazy. He wasn't scared of rejection. He wasn't scared to talk to people. He was like, well, I don't have nothing to lose. I can't go get a job or the job that I would want that would sustain me. And so he didn't care what nobody thought about him. And he went out there and went ham. And everything I taught him, and to this day, I mean, he's still doing very well.
You know what? That's a great question they put out there, because I was telling you about that, about the people that was saying that was watching my YouTube in jail.
Yeah.
And that's so powerful, that story.
Yeah.
Like, that needs to be shared a lot more, as you said, because actually people that got felonies, this is the number one industry you should come to. Actually.
Not only that,
thinking about it.
Just the entrepreneurship aspect that I teach a lot of felons. Because they're like, Will, I can't go and work for like a corporation because of my felony. So you teach them entrepreneurship, which entrepreneurship probably landed them in jail because they were selling drugs. Mm-hmm. They just need a new vehicle. Mm-hmm. Same like work ethic. Same work ethic. They just need another product. Mm-hmm. And so now when you teach them how to do credit, when you teach them, like, man, I used to get so many letters from people from prison because people were like, because he was passing my book around, they were like, man, Will, when I get out, can you help me? I'm like, yeah. So I helped so many people who was coming home from prison. I have another client right now, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he stopped selling drugs when he heard that story.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I was in Jackson, Mississippi. We were doing a corner class, and I was out there doing my thing on the whiteboard as I normally do. And this dude came up to me, had the ratchet on the side of his hip. For those who don't know, that's a GUN.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up to me. He said, "Will, you just showed me a way. I don't even gotta be in the streets no more."
Mm-hmm.
And a year later, I went to go see my aunt in Jackson, Mississippi, and she said, "Nephew, this guy named Courtney at my church came up to me and said that you changed his life." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah. When he saw you on that corner and he said that you actually gave him a real plan that he could implement. And he's now like a deacon in a church and everything. Man, changed his life from what he heard on that corner because he saw a viable strategy. Because a lot of times people are in the streets because they don't have another strategy. It ain't because they're bad people. They don't know another way. They've been unfortunately put in an unforeseen circumstance to where survival is their only survival.
Thanks.
I showed him another option in life. That man changed his life and still in the church to this day.
Amen. Because that was me. That was me. That was me. I needed a way out. I knew I was a hustler. I knew I could make some moves happen, but I'm like, I'm taking too many chances in the streets for a few dollars.
And it don't even be no real money.
That's the thing. I'm taking these chances in the streets
be real
for
money,
this little
man.
change. And this man told me I can legally go get access to $100K.
Man,
I said, this is it. This is my way out of the streets because, if I can't pay the plug back, I can get my ass whooped. I can get beat up. I can
lose your life.
I can lose my life if I don't pay the plug back. But if I don't pay Bank of America back,
you're gonna get a letter. You get a letter.
And then man, call a phone.
But then guess what happens after that? You can go rebuild your credit and go start it off.
That's when it changed for me.
You can start over.
I said, if I get fronted some work and can't pay it back, the plug can knock me off. If I get access to some credit cards, Bank of America and Chase and Amex can't do nothing but send me a letter and give me a phone call. Ain't nobody finna come to my door and whoop my ass. I said, this the game I want to be in. Because it give me a chance, it give me an opportunity, and the worst that I'm going to get is a letter and a phone call. And if I screw it up, you know what I'm saying? I can. You know what? This is so crazy. You used to say this back in the day. That all credit can be repaired, rebuilt, and restored.
Yep.
That's what you used to say.
Yeah.
And when you used to say that, you still say you got to run that back. You still drop that? You still be dropping that?
I think I said it the other day.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about because that was so key for me when you said that. Because you said, all credit can be,
rebuilt, restored, and repaired. The 3 R's.
And I was like, no fucking way. No way. And you was like, yes, bro. Like, if you in this situation, here's the steps to get out of it.
It's that simple, man. It's really that simple.
You can run the credit back. You can
run it back. You can run it back.
And I'm like, no way. And I'm just learning. And I'm like, and as I started doing my own learning, I'm like, no, this is like a system.
Duh, that's all it is.
It's just data furnishing. It's just data being moved around. And if you know how to move, manipulate, maneuver this data to get a report some type of way, you win. This is the American way.
Man, it's really a game.
That's what it is.
That's why on the cover of my book, it's a chess piece.
This is America.
Credit is a game. And the key word you said, a system. The way you win a game is by learning how to monopolize the system. And when you learn how to monopolize the system, you can't lose.
And you just gave us the rules to the game.
You can't lose.
Cause see, the only way you gonna lose if you ain't got the rules.
That's the only
See,
way.
you gave us the rules. Now we like, oh shit. Cause see, that's why we losing right now financially with the whole
Because people
system.
don't know how to play.
We ain't even in the game
They
yet.
ain't even in the game, man.
You can't get in the game if you don't know the rules.
How you a bench warmer in your own life?
Exactly. So you gave us the rules, and you said, "Oh shit, you know."
So you come back to YouTube.
Hey, for sure, I'm gonna come back, man. So I'm like, "Oh shit, this credit shit is a game. That's the game is right here, and it's behind the system." So I didn't have no credit cards, so I wasn't even in the game,
Right.
and I was 26 years old.
Wow.
So I'm not even in the game. You first told us the game. You told us it's a system, and you said, "Here goes the rules." So me as a player, I say it's time for me to check in. And then when I started doing my own research, I was like, "Oh shit, we are Americans. We with Social Security cards. We actually have a right to this."
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. As us black people, we like, well, this credit shit only for white people. Or this credit stuff is only for other races, for other people. And we can't get loans for $500K, and we can't get credit lines of 50,000. See, that stuff was never even possible.
See, I have a theory on that. So
We thought that wasn't even possible.
think about we were only 400 years removed from it being illegal to read.
Right.
400 years is not a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how far behind we are economically in understanding this system.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we want to be real, black people really only been using credit like 3 to 5 years.
Man.
This credit game been around for a while. Robert Kiyosaki said he bought his first house with a credit card in 88.
Mm-hmm.
This game been around for a minute.
And who been using it? Not us.
Not us. Not us. Well, not the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because black people we've been going to Rent-A-Center. We've been
Let them tell by credit, yep.
tearing up our credit for some furniture.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been using credit. We just didn't know how to use it. And that's why this information is so important. And like you say, we got to stop waiting till our life is in ruins and then want to get it together, because it may take you 2 years to relay your foundation.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
and
unfortunately
understand the people who want to quit and give up because their credit situation may be too jacked up. Guess what? Those 2 years are gonna go by anyways.
Every day
they gonna go by anyway, so you might as well still get in a position to get your credit fixed and realize this is powerful. And like I say, man, I didn't realize how early I was when I was learning from you. And then as I started my journey, and then, the money started having me doing all type of things and learning this and learning business and sales and figuring out what should I do with this money, changing my life. I'm changing cities, changing states. And through all of that was happening through me, through my YouTube going viral and all the money and the success I got, it actually took me away. And that's why I was telling you this last night. It took me away from like the mission of, boy, y'all need to get back out here and teach just the basics again.
Yeah.
Like all over again.
Yeah. No, agreed.
Corner class style all over again. There's people who do not know.
Man, we assume, but people don't know.
I'm talking about the due date, statement day game.
They don't know that stuff.
That is still blazing hot fire.
And here's another reason why I'm even more motivated, because this new crop of credit people don't know what the hell they talking about.
Mm-mm.
So there's a slew of bad information out here.
That done pulled up. That done pulled up.
It sounds good,
mm-hmm.
but it'll get them jammed up.
Mm-hmm.
Get them jammed up.
And we back. So we happy for all of y'all who tap in and want to listen. You know what I'm saying? To CJU and the OG we around you. We really happy because we doing this for y'all. Because to keep it a buck, we already know this.
Yeah,
we know how to, like, he can shut the cameras off. We can shut the social media off. Will can literally delete all of his social media platforms and still be rich because he has the information. I can get rid of all my social media. it won't stop me one
Yeah.
bit. Actually,
Yeah.
this is why people be saying come back to
We'll
YouTube.
probably sleep better at night.
Hey man, for real. People be like, Chris, blow your YouTube up. You was
Right.
blowing up in 2020.
Right.
I was like, I do not care about being no internet guru.
Yeah, I
I
know.
actually know the information and I do it in real life.
Right. Fact.
I'm not trying to sell nobody stuff to like get rich off y'all. I actually use this stuff in real life. And so it's like you guys joining the stream, you guys, and this is what it motivated me too, because you motivate me to when you still being consistent with your content.
Right. Appreciate that.
And your consistency is what's needed. And for you guys that's watching, you guys gotta fully understand how much y'all playing this, because every like y'all give us, every comment, y'all do on a post
That
on the
fuels
stream,
us. That's the energy.
it lets us know that you guys still there and y'all still want this information. So whenever y'all see, we'll go live on IG or all YouTube or any of these platforms, engage, like, comment, engage. Anytime y'all see me pop off, engage. Whether y'all do it now or do it later, send a DM and be like, hey, you know what? I really enjoyed that stream y'all did together. Do it again. Guess what we got to do then?
We're going to do it.
We got to do it again.
Yeah.
Hey, I want y'all to do that because I was already talking about doing a series like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Today we hopped on unscripted, raw. We just want to talk and just do our thing. But it's you guys that fuel us. It's you guys that if y'all want, Will to share more of his stories, more of those old testimonies. Then I told him I got to start shoot content with you because I want to pull that out of him to share with you guys. And it's you guys being on the stream. It's you guys liking. It's you guys commenting. It's you guys that's showing up that's going to do nothing but make us get back in the trenches.
Yeah. 100%.
It's going to make us go start reading more, getting better. Whether we know the information or not, we just going to sharpen up the skills.
That's it, man.
Because you guys keep showing up. And if long as y'all show up, we going to show up. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because we really want to do it from an impact level. I always tell them the money going to be made. We 10 years plus with this information, so we're going to make the money.
100%.
Now we got a whole different purpose as to us being consistent, posting content, which is the mission, which is our purpose, which is we are here to help people. And if only one person on this stream received this message, we did our job.
Our job was done, man.
We did our job. You know what I'm saying? I learned from him, and the way he carried himself online is the way I carry myself.
1,000%.
Was never about the clout, was never about the engagements and the likes, never allowed that to determine who we was and who we are. It's really about, like, if we only got one person on this live,
man, we still
gonna give that one person everything we got.
Straight up.
Because
bro.
if we change that person's life, that's what me and you stacking now.
Yep.
He changed my life, made me a 7-figure earner. Now I'm stacking all my 7-figure earners. And that's when we die is the only thing that's gonna matter.
Yeah. That's what a legacy is.
Not the watches, not the drip, not the cars, not our crib.
Yeah.
When we dead and gone, the only thing that's gonna matter is, man, when Will Roundtree was here, look at what he did. When CJ was here, look at all the people he helped to impact.
Yeah.
So what people say about you when you dead is the actually only thing that's gonna matter.
Yeah. No, real talk.
We can stack the assets. We can do the passive income. We can do the big brands. We can be gurus. We can be popping. But when we dead and gone, we all end up in the same place, 6 feet under.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna be about what people remember you by. And you guys that are tapping in with us, y'all have the same opportunity to do what we doing, and how we teach is go be better than us. Go take the game and take it as far as you possibly can, because as long as we see you winning and we see you great and you helping your family and you helping everybody in your environment, that's what actually makes us sleep.
Yeah, no, real talk.
You know, and if we got to show up and do an hour, 2 hours on these streams or on these lives to really give everything we got, that's just something I'm willing to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to really do this because like I told Will last night, and I'm telling y'all, this ain't just information and value. This is real life history that y'all are witnessing. Real talk. You are witnessing some of the first black credit educators in our history
First black millionaires in this space.
in this space. We were
Yeah.
the first ones.
Yeah,
So
real talk.
as you guys are going along with this journey, whether you knew us back then or knowing us now, you are actually listening to the Henry Fords. You are actually listening to the Andrew Carnegies.
Yeah.
You were actually listening to the Rockefellers, because those were the begin, and there was people alive at those times.
Yeah.
They were like, damn, bro, real life built these cars. And I seen like the first car. No, you seeing the first millionaires off this credit game.
Yeah.
And you witnessing it, and that allows you guys to be a part of it. Not just be on the sideline. You get to jump in. Because when Henry Ford was doing the cars, other people was like, I'm gonna make me a car.
Yeah.
And you got the Dodge brothers and the Chryslers, and they got involved.
Yeah.
You guys can get involved and build your own brand, your own niche, your own legacy right out of what we have already started. And you guys are in the best position because you got us as coaches and mentors. And not only do you get the good game we got, you get to learn from all of our mistakes and all of our failures, and you get to
Save
skip
your
that.
time in half. Man.
Come on, man.
Straight up, yo.
We ready when y'all ready, man. Come on, man.
Let me see. Jocelyn asks, what are your thoughts on paying off debt and trying to do credit repair as a business?
Yo.
Look, do that today, Jocelyn. do that today. You don't even have to pay your debt off, though, to start a credit repair business.
The credit repair business is going to help you pay it off.
The credit repair business is going to help you pay it off. It's 10 people right now who need their credit fixed that know you. They just don't know what you can offer them right now. And that's the beautiful. And here's another piece to this, y'all. Here's another piece to this. You don't have to be the one doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
I was the first one that did outsourcing in this credit space. So the reason I was able to scale so fast because I wasn't the one doing the work. So I can take 10 clients in a day and farm it out. And I was just the educator. I trained a team, and then I had the team do the work. I would spot check it. This was before credit repair software was even around. And then I would have the consultations and work with the client, because credit repair is bigger than just getting negative items off.
Mm-hmm.
A person also has to know what's impacting their credit. Mm-hmm. You can be upside down with credit card debt. Like CJ and I was talking about this earlier. I saw a video on TikTok today where this guy was telling people to go get secured credit cards to fix their credit. And he said it would happen overnight. And I was like, if it was live, I would have jumped in to ask a question and say, well, if somebody has $50,000 of credit card debt, what is a secured card for $300 going to do?
Mm-hmm.
But see, people don't know this stuff. They just hear secured card, help your credit, not knowing that you just wasted $3,000, $5,000, $1,000 where you could have used that to pay down the credit card debt. Your score would go up faster that way. But these new guys don't know that stuff because they just know you can make money in this industry, but eventually you're going to get burned out because people going to stop messing with you because of how many people you've burned.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody else in this game that's been in like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
And it took a while for that to flash in my head.
Yeah.
It took a while for that to flash in my head to be like, oh, snap. Well, it's 10 plus years in. 10. So, like, you started this.
Yeah, man.
You started this. Yeah. And now it's time to go finish it, baby.
You see, Esme said, I used to make so much money off doing credit repair in 2017. I'm real salty I didn't expand with it. And then the softwares are out, which makes it 10 times easier and a faster process.
Come on back to the game.
Come on back to this side, Esme.
Come on back.
There's plenty of room.
And we know in 2017 you was there, and it was like maybe whatever the situation is, maybe where you stopped, you still going. Right now, what we trying to share with you guys is in 2025, the credit game is just
it's just starting. Ever. It's just starting. I just spoke to a room full of high school kids who are graduating. And you know, every last one of them said, my parents need this. So sometimes it's not even the people who you're talking to
Mm-hmm.
It's for them to take the message back to the people who are in their lives.
Mm-hmm. For real.
So
This is game changing. This is
yeah.
life changing. This is it. This is it. And just like
FICO Fridays. You remember when I used to do FICO
Oh,
Friday?
yeah.
Somebody just put that in there.
Yeah, FICO Fridays. You got to run it back
Yo, every Friday I used to go live
and go crazy.
and just give nothing but game.
FICO
I did that for
Fridays.
like 2 years. So many people started just watching my FICO Fridays. See, if someone have bad credit, should they still start a credit repair business? Absolutely, because you still can help people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. While you're helping yourself.
I give you a somewhat of analogy about that. Why do you see so many fat and out of shape football coaches?
Very
right?
true. Yeah.
Andy Reid is one of the football coaches with Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, he has won Super Bowls and been successful, but he's over here coaching super fit, ripped, jacked, athletic people, but no one says like the coach isn't as jacked and athletic as the players. He shouldn't be a coach. No. You can come get this game, you can come get this information and actually learn from us, and you can actually go still coach and impact people. And here's one of the things you can do. A lot of people scared to do this, and this is the embarrassment that comes from like, well, if I got bad credit, there's no way I can help you with credit. No. You know where you can make your money from? You can tell people what not to do. You know there's money in that.
It's a lot of money in telling people what not to do.
Telling people not to make the same mistakes you made. So if you tore your credit up and then you came and joined a coaching program and learned everything you did wrong and then learned how to do it right, you can now go out there being coach and tell people about the mistakes you made that caused problems, and then also how you went and got the solution to those problems. And now that puts you in a position of authority to help somebody who need that information.
If you think about it, that's what most motivational speakers are. They make money off telling you what not to do by sharing their story of everything that did not work for them.
And so people are scared.
People scared. That's why.
That's why. In the credit game, because I don't have an 800.
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't have.
You gotta go. You just gotta get started, y'all.
I don't have. No. Come get the information and come get the skill set, and then you can go help somebody. Again, while you helping yourself.
People,
absolutely.
They waiting for y'all right now.
Absolutely. You just don't want to be helping people if you got bad credit and you ain't come get the answers. Now, if you ain't come get the answers to the problem, you trying to help people, you still don't know what you're doing.
That's a whole other problem.
That's a whole other problem. Now, you got to come know what you're doing.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go, man.
I hope y'all appreciate it. This was extremely impromptu. CJ hit me up, told me he was in Vegas. Every time he come out here, you know, we always try to make sure we link up. We had an opportunity to connect last night. Man, we was talking to, like, we shut the restaurant down. They in there cleaning up, and we just in there just building because you know, we just talked about the history and me seeing his journey, and I would always tell him how proud of him I am, and just seeing what he's created and what he's built, all from a seed that was planted from him coming to a corner class that, you know, I was doing and I was doing a lot of this for free. That's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing it for free, but it wasn't about the money for me back then. And I think that's why you're blessed the way you are, because it's never about money for you. Mm-hmm. But we always are put and thrusted in front of opportunities where the sacrifices, or even to be on this live for 2 hours, opportunity may come, you know, from some other, you know, situation, which allows us to continue to pour back and give to y'all in this type of capacity. So, so we appreciate y'all. I appreciate CJ for pulling up and even just, you know, pouring those gems in me and helping me to think bigger of the impact that has been created. So when y'all hear me on here talking my ish, just know CJ put that battery in my back, y'all.
Hey, for real, man. And it's the last thing I want to say before we get out of here, man. And it is Black History Month, you know what I'm saying? As Black people, you know what I'm saying? All my Black brothers that's watching this right now, and even my women that's watching, you know, but especially like Black men, like, it's okay to tell another Black man they doing great.
Facts.
Like, it's okay. Like, me paying homage to Will and what he did for my life.
And you do it all the time too.
Yeah.
I want people to know this wasn't just today.
Yeah, always,
Yeah, you do.
always since I very first started, because I never said that. Well, if I shine light on my mentor, my coach, and everything he done for me, that's gonna dim my light.
Right.
And that's, as Black people, we don't have to look at it like that. My job is to uplift you and help you as much as I possibly can, because that's what you did for me, and it could be reciprocal like that.
Right.
And as Black people, it's literally okay to do that. And you know, the way we raise in our environments, them tough environments,
Yeah.
as Black people, you know, because you know I'm in Miami, I'm
Mhm.
around Colombians, Cubans, Dominicans, and I see that family
Yeah,
oriented.
man.
No matter, they could be poor, the way they are as a family is different, you
Yeah.
know. And as Black people, we just not really taught that early to be
Yeah.
like, hey, I love you.
We're
As
not
a
taught
Black
community.
man, that's like,
We're
nah,
not.
you don't.
Yeah, we're
No
not.
Diddy.
We're
You know,
not.
I can't tell you I love you. I can't tell you that I'm proud of you. I can't tell you that, you know what I'm saying, I want to see you win and this, and that. And that's what's ripping us apart like
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't think that's cool. And if I show too much love to you online, nah, I ain't gonna get no more love online.
Right.
And that's the message that we can't do no more, because we'll get the game, run off, do our own thing, and be like, yeah, I don't even fuck with them no more. I don't love them
Yeah,
no more.
right.
It's like, nah. What we trying to show here with you guys is that, man, like, nah. We gonna pay homage where homage is due, and we gonna help and uplift each other as much as we can, because as Black people, like, this is our time.
Facts.
This is our time, because the limitations have been lifted. We couldn't read no more. We can go to Amazon right now, order a book. I can't find another Black person that's just like me. And that's why I never switched up at CJU. I talk straight to the hood because I'm from the hood.
Yeah.
So they know I'm relatable and they know we can get it done. I can DM CJ. I can DM Will. I can reach out to these guys. I can get on their lives. You know what I'm saying? I got ChatGPT. I got course. As Black people, the limitations is over. This is our chance. Like, for you guys to really go out and be financially free and take care of your family and friends, like, this is the time.
Somebody
This is
said,
it.
whoa, I'm driving home and had to stop the car to say how beautiful and important this is, to say we can only go as far as Black as we are healed. I was talking about this earlier with someone. Let's heal.
Let's heal. Absolutely. Let's heal. Like,
Definitely.
let's heal. We got this. We got this thing called going live and streaming. We got social media that we didn't used to have this back in the
At
day as
all.
Black people.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? We couldn't connect the way we can connect
Yeah.
now. So it's up to us to use these tools and these resources to connect at this type of level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what we want to do, and we got a duty to do this.
Yeah, no, real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to pour that into you, to be like, that I could just like, hey, it was on my heart. You know what I'm saying? This is how God spoke to me. And he was like, hey, man, you know, go light that fire. Light that fire in your mentor, and then go light that fire out to that people, because, you know, Chris, you done made money now. You in Miami, and you live on a resort, and sometimes I get lazy myself.
We all
And
do.
I just be like, well, I don't have to teach anybody no
Yeah,
shit no
we
more. I
all
know
get
everything.
like that, man.
But it ain't about that. It's about the purpose and the mission of, like, how many more people we can help impact, because that's what's gonna matter at the end of the day. So, you know what I'm saying? If y'all picking up what we putting down, and y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all want some more CJ and Roundtree, let us know, man, because I'm fired up. I'm excited about
Let
this
us
journey.
know what city y'all want us to pull up to.
Like, in person.
We're gonna
Like,
pull up in y'all city, and we're gonna give y'all an opportunity to come and build with me and CJ. Y'all let us know what city y'all want us to pull
like
up to.
in person. Like,
Yeah. Jocelyn, send me a message, Jocelyn. I got you.
like, come tap in with us in person, because that's how he got down. I was able to see him live in the flesh. And energy is real. Now, y'all can feel our energy through Instagram, but I'm talking about ain't nothing like us bonding together,
Right, facts.
breaking bread together,
Facts.
having a few drinks, having food, and learn and doing this in real life together. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. Let's get it, man.
Definitely.
Let's get it, man.
Definitely.
For real, I'm fired up. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I'm ready to get on. I'm ready to start the tour dates tomorrow. Where y'all at? What city? Where we at? You
I'm
know what I'm
saying
saying?
some Milwaukee, some Atlanta. I saw Miami.
Z say Delaware. Come on, man.
Baltimore.
Do y'all even got
Philly.
some clubs in Delaware? Z, can I have some fun out there in Delaware?
Yo, we coming to
Baltimore
y'all.
was good. Philly was good.
We coming to y'all city, yo. Y'all,
you know
y'all
what I'm
better,
saying?
y'all better blow
Little
up these
Rock,
lines.
we'll pull up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? As long as you guys are commenting, being active, we don't know unless y'all tell us.
Facts.
We don't know, you know what I'm saying? But we here for y'all. Like, tell us what city that we need to pull up to.
New York, Cali. Y'all not playing.
Atlanta, yeah, New York, Cali, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put up our funds. We'll show up and do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And help our people. I'm with that 100%. Yeah, Z, show me what I can do in Delaware and we'll pull up, man.
Yeah, I ain't never been there either.
I ain't never been up there, G.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go,
DC,
man.
Indianapolis. Yeah, y'all let us know. Y'all let us know.
Look, I know I keep saying the last thing, but
Yeah,
I get so fired up.
You good, man.
Look. For me, I only want to work with action takers though. I ain't asking y'all for no money. But what I am asking you guys for is effort. Because that's what you talked about. So everybody who commented their city, let me challenge you to send us something to be like, hey, come to Indiana, come to DC. I done checked out a venue for y'all already.
But it got to be a video so we can repost it.
Like be a part of this.
Yeah.
Hey, Reggie, I want y'all to come to Atlanta. Check this out. Here's a venue I done checked out. Here's some stuff I can do. Here's a way that if you come to my city, I could be a part of it. Help us event. Be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll pop out.
Especially if we spending our money.
Yeah, we are.
Like, come on, we go.
You know what I'm saying?
We need
y'all.
Come on,
we need y'all. We want y'all to like
what up, Marquise?
Come on, take some action and get involved and be like, hey, come pull up on me because I got something that's already set for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Start sharing these videos, start letting people know what's going on. And then, man, when we pull up to your city, you got your small little team and be like, hey, this is my group of 6, 7 people. Like, we here. We ready to learn.
Yeah. And we going to sell them for y'all.
Come on,
Just
man.
think about it. You bring people to our event and you done started your business. Now they going to want to do business with you. Because we done, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm going to have to teach a business class. I see, CJ.
Come on, man. I told y'all I'm going to bring them back outside, man. If I'm coming back outside, I'm bringing them outside with me. Because a man got wisdom for days. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Detroit in the building? He got wisdom for days. But at the same time, even at his level, you know what I'm saying? We all can use that extra motivation and that extra inspiration from others. And that's why I was saying as black people, sometimes we got to be able to do that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because we, as black people, we dealing with so much stuff. We dealing with so much. We entrepreneurs, we black, we in business. And so sometimes you guys just reaching out and saying, hey, appreciate that. Yeah. Those little things like that.
That means a lot to us. That means a lot, for real.
That means the little things you might not think are going notice. No, we see y'all comments. Yeah. We see who DM. We see who active. We human. Yeah. We ain't just no people that's behind these screens and phones and cameras. No, we human, man. We see who is engaged with us consistently. And when I was a student of his back in the day, he would always see me at every one of his workshops. Yeah. I'm sitting right there in the front with my pen and pad answering questions. He used to have to tell me stop answering questions because I used to be so involved with everything he had going on because I wanted to be noticed by him. I wanted to be noticed by my coach, by my mentor when he didn't even know who I was. But I said, hey, I'm going to take so much action.
He did.
From that information he giving me that one day he going to really notice me.
Yeah.
And now we sitting here shooting this together. And all we want more than anything is to have y'all sitting right next to with us. Yeah. Because the more of us, the better.
Yeah. You know what? We should do a yacht party this summer and invite people. Private mastermind on the yacht in Miami.
Come on. Hey, you know that's my style.
We're going to put that together.
Let's have some fun.
We're going to put together a private mastermind yacht party, Miami this summer.
Come on. And don't worry about the money. We're going to help y'all get the credit cards. We're going to make Amex pay for it.
And make it a tax write-off.
Come on. We're going to make the banks pay for it. You're going to get the travel points. You're going to get the rewards. Don't worry about that debt. You're going to swipe that. You're gonna do the write off. You're gonna come hang out with us. We're gonna give you all the tools you need to succeed, and you're gonna make some money as soon as you leave, which is gonna pay that debt off. And now you're in profit because now you got
Profit
the
mode.
information.
Yeah.
That's how
CJ, they
this-
want to know what's your Instagram on my page.
Okay, CJ_University. CJ_University, man. Y'all come. Credit Mike say set it up.
Set it up, Miami.
telling you.
We coming to Miami.
Come to Miami.
Private mastermind on the yacht. We're gonna have Amex pay for it. Chase.
Come on, man.
Uh,
Come on, man. Shit, man. This credit game, the closest I done got to reparations for what they owe us.
yo,
Yeah.
real talk.
It's the closest we gonna get.
Like, think about this. I know we're gonna wrap up after this, y'all. Think about this. I never in my lifetime growing up imagined ever touching $1 million.
Oh, no, me neither. No, of course not. Didn't think it was possible.
We didn't think it was. If I was like, if I wasn't gonna go to the NBA, I couldn't rap or sing. The most I'll make is whatever this job is gonna pay me. But to be able to be in the top 1% of earners, travel the world and impact lives and do all of the things that I've been able to do for my parents and retire my mom, like, bro, that's like some movie dream type shit. Drive the cars that you want to drive, the vacations, like live how you, bro, that's not normal, especially for where we came from. That's not normal. That's not normal. And I think, and I'm saying this, and I think I can say this for you too. I think that's the part you and I don't celebrate enough, the wins, because we put it out there and we be like, oh, people may think it's bragging. No, we need to inspire people. They need to know you can be a millionaire doing this. They need to know you could drive your dream car. They need to know that you can buy the watch that you want to buy. They need to know you can have your own brand and people recognize you in the airport. They need to know you could buy a last minute flight to Dubai. No, people need to know what's possible, man.
Especially our people.
Yeah.
That is definitely possible. And it's not just for us. It's for all of us. And we're going to do our job. We're going to do
What's up, Brett?
our job. We're going to do our job, man. And so, shit, I'm happy. I'm more inspired than ever. The link up is great. Again, if y'all want to see more of CJ, you know what I'm saying, will y'all let us know, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's possible. Hey, Kendall, it's possible, man.
Straight up, man.
It's possible. And what I just want you to do, man, is just make that decision that this year is your year, 2025. And the very first step, man, is y'all already know, get the credit right, but like, come get in the room. Come get in the environment. Come hang out with us. Come learn from us. Like, come to where the energy is at. Because as he knows, as I know, we can't go backwards on this energy. It's been too long. Like, we gonna figure it out.
Always.
We
man.
gonna figure it out.
Always, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, and I got that from, and I want to drop this on y'all too that's listening. Because I see a lot of y'all comment as possible. When you feeling some type of way or you feeling down, I want you to go to YouTube and type in Les Brown. It's possible. Because he has an amazing, amazing speech that when I was down and out and I was broke and I was really trying this entrepreneurship stuff and didn't know if I was going to make it, I used to play this Les Brown every
day.
morning.
I did the same thing.
It's possible. It's possible. And I used to listen to that shit so much that it really got into my subconscious. Yeah. I said, and then when the small wins start happening, you know, you make your first $1,000 and look $2,000. I said, well, hold on, it may be possible.
Yeah.
It may be possible.
Now, when you made your first big money, did you even know? Or did it happened?
Oh, it happened so fast.
That's what I'm saying.
My first $1 million, I couldn't. I spent it as fast as I got it. But I knew as much as I was spending, I made $1 million. But I had to reflect on it because the second one was already coming in. But I really knew, like, oh shit, because I had got a house in La Jolla, California when I left Houston.
Yeah, I remember you was in Cali.
And I was just like living it. You know, I was going crazy. The clothes, we was doing $30,000-$40,000 shopping sprees and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember them days.
Yeah, man, I was like living that life, but it was really on some like, wow, this life is still possible.
It's possible, man.
Like, it's possible to be like, you know, to spend that amount of money.
$40,000 nights at the club.
Oh yeah. Hey. And you wake up like, I can't believe I spent that money. I tripping. I must be crazy. But it's possible.
It's possible on both ends.
Like you make so much money,
It
and now you
come
gotta go
fast,
out there
man.
and see how much it feels to spend 40K
Yeah,
in one time.
Dog, look,
And that feeling in itself,
it felt good.
it put a dent in your bank account, but then you be like,
Damn,
it's
it was possible.
Like I can really spend 40 grand in one night and then go back and earn 40K
You go
again
earn another 40K.
and keep moving. But I remember when I was dead broke, somebody told me spend 40K in one night. I'm finna cut their throat. Don't you talk to me like that. I wouldn't spend $400 in one night. Are you crazy?
I didn't
Rent
have
this dude.
$4 at one point.
You crazy as hell. Spending 40,000 in one night. What's wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely possible, man. And we want y'all to be financially responsible and win. But like I'm telling you, whatever you put your heart desire to, you can go do it.
You can go do it, man.
You can go do it, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I really appreciate y'all being on tonight. Y'all send us some message, man. Peace, love, and blessings. G, man, I appreciate you having me
absolutely,
here.
man.
Sharing this with your people, man. You know what I'm saying? This is amazing. I really want to keep this going.
No, we're going to keep this going. So make sure y'all go follow my brother, CJ_University. Y'all already know who I am. Mr. Will Roundtree across all social media platforms. And as y'all know, I'll see y'all at the top. Let's go.
Already have.